You were arcade gaming.
I know, you would say.
Are you wearing one of the
Oh, yeah, I'm the guy.
I'm sorry?
Are you wearing one of the fashions?
A little bit. It's a, I don't know if you know what Toho is.
Like Toho?
Yeah, I'm doing a Lolita Toho, yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
Is it the one from the umbrella with the, I can't remember her name. I'm sleeping on it.
No, it's okay.
Which character do you cosplay?
Kogasa.
I'm not familiar with her.
She's in UFO. See, I would have had a Vocaloid cosplay, I swear I would have. I commissioned, I don't know if you know this, Utau Adachi Ray. I got an Utau cosplay, and it was supposed to come, but she's still making it, so I was supposed to have it for today, but it's okay. What?
Was that your commission?
It was like, she won a bunch of cosplay awards, so like it was kind of expensive, but like she takes her time with stuff, so I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
I can't really complain, like, you know.
They all
I mean, you pay for the graphics.
What?
You pay for the graphics.
Maybe they actually have the same that or something.
I used to have a CU cosplay I would bring to these, and that was fun, but it like fell apart, but it's okay, it's okay.
I love Sue.
I love CU, I'm obsessed with her.
Her hair is so pretty.
I was gonna say, I got a Oliver cosplay I'm working on for GalaxyCon this year.
Have you heard about his new voice, Magni AI?
Yeah, I've heard about that, yeah. Yeah, I'm excited.
Love him.
Yeah, I'm also excited for this year because I plan on doing Masquerade as him.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I've always been I don't like the Oliver haters. I've never, like, red flag. I've always loved that little Victorian.
You always hated what?
People who don't like Oliver.
Oh, yeah, no. No, he's been my favorite since I was like 16, so. No, he's my favorite.
I guess we chose the lower setting. Come on, Crafter. Then put her in. You can't sit next to me. I can't? You can, but no. Wait. I said I can't. Because I thought when people were holding.
Oh, do you?
Can we borrow it?
Oh no! I just stopped it.
No pen him in. No, that's okay.
Is that your big figure in the room? Did you buy the big
If
figure?
anybody would like to donate a pen, somebody.
I got a marker.
It's mine, but
I got a big one.
I guess I bought it. It's from a mystery bag.
Thank you. Somebody's doing their project on Vocaloid.
Thank you. We'll get it. What's it from? Thank you. I'll get it back to you. Thank you. We're just over here.
So did anything magically new drop before this convention? Like it has every year?
It's ridiculous. Every time I do this panel, something drops. Last time I did this panel, Vocaloid 6 dropped. And then now it's Magni AI and a bunch of stuff. And we didn't put it in, but I'm going to mention it. I'm going to shout it out. I'll show you guys the video at the end if we have time. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start. My name is Pumpkin, or Sunnysiddedup on Twitter. I got into vocal synths when I was really, really young. I had 2 Utau voice banks, Sunnysiddedup and OD Sanford.
Hi, my name is Sweatjobs. I've been using Vocaloid since like 6th grade. No, I will not tell you what year that was, but just know it's been a while.
She's being humble, but she's also a Vocaloid producer and does have stuff on Spotify, so check out Sweatjobs on Spotify if you're interested. These are the synths we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about a little extra. I'm sorry, you can barely read that. That's my apologies. We're going to be talking about Vocaloid, Utau, Tevio, and Synth B. These are the 4 major synths in the industry right now, with Synth B actually outdoing Vocaloid at this time.
Alright, so what exactly is a vocal synth? It's mostly just a catch-all term for all vocal synths. Originally there was just like Vocaloid, then Utau came along, but as like the market got more saturated, we needed more of a catch-all term. So vocal synth, it's pretty easy.
So first we're going to be talking about Vocaloid since this is what we know and love. It was really like the basis for the vocal synths we know today. I'm just going to briefly summarize this. The first Vocaloids to come out were actually Leon and Lola. They came out in 2004. They were released by Zero G. After that, actually, Meiko and Kaito came out before Miku did. And they were such a hit with their actual character designs, because Leon and Lola, their boxes are just like a picture of people's lips. They're not actually characters. So they decided to actually come out with real characters for Vocaloids, and people really liked that. They really attached themselves to these characters that they could form songs and like connections to. So after Meiko and Kaito, they came out with Miku, and we all know what happened after that. Huge marketing boost for Vocaloid, for the program, for everything. And then we had Vocaloid 2 come out with Sweet Anne, and then we had Vocaloid 3 in 2011 with adding new languages, Korean, Chinese, and Spanish. We're going to talk a little bit about these other language Vocaloids in the next couple slides. We also have 2016 Vocaloid 4, which added cross-synthesis and growl features. But maybe you have seen that TikTok where it's like Ghost Rule, and it's like the different growls of Vocaloids. That's where that came from. Fun fact, if any of you know the Vocaloid VY1, that Vocaloid is actually the basis, or allegedly is the basis for all of the growl sounds in Vocaloid 4. Just a fun fact. And then Vocaloid 5 released. Vocaloid 5 like sucked. They didn't release like any characters other than Meiko and Hime. And Harunosora, and I like Harunosora, but Vocaloid 5 came out, and this is when everybody was talking about is Vocaloid dying, right? And that was actually used to be the name of this panel. However, Vocaloid 6 dropped suddenly and without warning, and there's now been a resurgence, I would say, in Vocaloid as a software.
Alright, well, these are the Kryptonloids. They're no longer Vocaloids, quote unquote. They're technically virtual singers for Project Sakai. They're called the virtual singers, I believe, in there. It's just kind of Parker's answer to being like, hey, Yamaha's not really taking care of Vocaloid. Let's put them on our own software and not take care of them instead. It's much easier that way. Man, again, you know.
Alright, and here are some of the Vocaloids I was talking about when I was talking about other languages. In the top left corner, we have Siu and Uni. I love Siu. These are the two Korean Vocaloids. And then in the top right corner, we have Bruno, Clara, and Mega. Okay, I'm right. And then in the bottom left, forgive me, I only know two of their names. In the middle, we have Luo Tianyi. She's in the gray hair. She is like Miku in China. She's so crazy big there. Like, they know her more than they know Miku. They have concerts there just for her. And then I know the black and white one, that's... I said it, and then I lost it. But those are the Chinese Vocaloids. Those are the main 5. And then over here I have some examples of English Vocaloids. I have Oliver, and then I have Dex Indiana.
Fun fact about the Spanish Vocaloids, that company was also the one that, you know, we said it came from Barcelona. That's the company that went on to make those 3. They are no longer active, unfortunately. Now they do a bunch of like AI art stuff, so take that for what you will. Alright,
so this is what I was talking about with Vocaloid 5. Vocaloid 5, womp womp. They had 7 native voice banks released, Harunosora, Natural and Cool, and then, like I said, Hime and her sister. And then VY1 and VY2 came out with updates. That was cool. Cyber Diva and Cyber Songman are really good as well. But I don't know if you see those 4. I know Amy is the one at the left.
It's Amy, Chris, Kotori, and Ken. I feel like I got the wrong.
Oh, thank you. Alright, so Vocaloid 6 was really kind of a game changer. Like I said, it dropped really unannounced, and everybody was pretty shocked when it came out. There was a lot of AI usage. Specifically, Gumi AI came out, and she's beautiful. Gumi AI, this is an update to Gumi, is this the example we have?
Let's see. I think we just took a vocal changer cover, I'm pretty sure. Wow. Look at there. Oh,
okay.
Oh, it's gone. I have ads. Oh, this is the one again.
Ooh, the Adelaide State. Free Fire Max is now on
very different than the original Gumi. She's very good. This new voice pick.
A lot of people say she might be trained off of, like, because like, voice mix are trained, she might be actually trained off of, like, Gumi singing, much less the voice actor, which Cynthia usually does.
Alright, with Vocaloid 6, they also dropped 2 new Vocaloids. If anybody in here knows Porter Robinson, he has a Vocaloid now, and it sounds a lot like his singing voice that he does for his songs. Utau is interesting. He's kind of an acquired taste, in my opinion. So that was the Porter Robinson Vocaloid Utau, and then we have Furio. She's been a hit. She's pretty cool.
Yeah. The way she was kind of came about, Vocaloid, Yamaha, they had a kind of tryout basically, like send us a bunch of clips of you singing and we'll like pick a winner. And they chose this like really great like vocalist. It didn't really transfer over, but I mean it was still kind of cool at the time.
Alright, and now we're going to talk about Pypro. So remember how we talked about in the beginning with the Kryptonoids, about how now they're not really Kryptonoids anymore because they're not owned by Krypton. Well, I'm sorry, they're not owned by Yamaha, like they're not in that program anymore. So this was their solution to that. So in Project Sakai, if you have that app, when you hear the Vocaloid singing, if you've noticed, they sound a little different. That is because they're all on a Pypro, and I don't really like it, personally. I don't like the engine noise. I don't think that they sound the best. Project Sakai has a really bad problem with not tuning a lot of their covers and not tuning a lot of their original songs. So the marketing for this vocal program in general just hasn't been the best, but I'll show you what Miku sounds like now on Pypro. That's a good, like a well-tuned cover though. So I think a lot of the problems with the Project Sakai covers could usually be solved if they started outsourcing their tuning. There's a lot of Vocaloid producers in the community that do their own work like this that really can make it sound good and would be absolutely willing to do work for free for Project Sakai. So that's one of the things that I've really been pitching in these panels and something that the community really wants to see.
You'll see like in a lot of like original songs, like anything like Giga, he does his own tuning and stuff like that, and it tells. He also does his own mixing, so it's like I don't know why they just don't ask the producer to do it instead.
Oh, this is fun. Okay. Do you want to?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay. So on the topic of Vocaloids, there are a couple Vocaloids who are discontinued, meaning you can no longer obtain these Vocaloids at all. These 3 in particular are actually sources of lost media. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Vocaloid. I love Vocaloid. She was made for, excuse me,
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to full screen.
the Lawson department store in Japan like commissioned Vocaloid to make their own character and voice bank. And to this day, that voice bank has never been released to the public. It is a private voice bank. You can find videos of her on YouTube. It is like the great whisper in the community that somebody out there has her and refuses to give her. I don't think that's true. I don't think they ever released her, but you'll hear rumors sometimes of like, oh my gosh, did you hear Rishi P has Vocaloid? She has not yet to be found. The next one is Lloyd. This one's a little bit more sad. It's more of an in memoriam. He was made out of a famous singer, comedian, actor, Ueki, and he died in 2007, and to memorialize him, they made a voice bank out of him. and it literally looks like that. The video is very disturbing. There's only one video on the internet of Vocaloid. He's even rarer than a Vocaloid. So that's one. Next we have Gallico. I know what you're thinking. What do you mean Gallico's lost media? Well, I'm talking about her original prize voice bank. So when Gallico was first released, she was actually a prize that was only obtainable by winning a Nico Nico Doga challenge. If you don't know what Nico Nico Doga is, it's like YouTube but for Japan. And if you made an original song and it got more than 1,000 views, you could get her, they would send you the code for her and you would get her. And only 697 people won this voice bank, but as we will discuss on the next slide, that didn't last for long. So the thing about Gallico is if you won Gallico, they would send you a code. And you would type the code into Vocaloid and then you would receive her voice bank. Well, after a while, the codes started like expiring. So producers would have this voice bank and every 3 months the code would expire and they'd have to email out and they'd be like, hey, my code expired, give me a new one, and they'd give them a new code and the cycle would repeat. Don't know why that happened. But one day, they were just like, we're not giving codes out for her anymore. Womp womp. And everybody said, what? Like, we won this voice bank. Why don't we get to use her? And they're like, well, it's too hard emailing everybody a new code every 3 months. There's like 600 of you. Like, L. And the Vocaloid community did not take this well. Everybody started freaking out because basically she was gone. And so the hashtag Save Gallico movement started. This was a movement for the community to get either the voice bank released or a new updated voice bank made. And I have a video I would like to show you that somebody made during the height of this movement. This is a serious video. Oh my god. So they started a GoFundMe, and guess what? It worked. They came out with an update to Gallico in 2013. It contained 2 new voice banks, red and blue. Red was supposed to be similar to her original voice bank, and blue was the new one with improvements. So they made this new voice bank, and you'd imagine everybody would be so excited, right? Everybody hated her. Hated her. She is regarded probably, like Gallico Red and Blue is regarded as probably one of the worst Vocaloids ever made. Because she is so hard to use. She's impossible to tune. I can maybe think of 2 covers off the top of my hand that sound terrible for me to listen to. It was like the biggest flop. Oh, and fun fact, do you see at the bottom about CU? So my girl CU. Unfortunately, remember how I talked about the codes expiring? That is now happening to CU. So the company that made her has just announced that they would no longer be offering the activation codes for CU. So as of right now, she is also a discontinued Vocaloid officially. You can still buy her boxes, and if you buy a box and the code on there works, great. But they're not going to be helping you. Like if you buy her offhand on eBay and it doesn't work, they're no longer offering services. So unfortunately, CU is in the same boat as Gallico. History repeats itself once again. Just recently, CU celebrated her 10th anniversary and sold some limited edition, like, last boxes of her. It was devastating. It was like watching a death. So that's just some updates on that.
So this is Snow Miku. So every year, they have a little contest. People design like a Miku outfit for the winter, and we all get to vote on it. Oh, it's the Hokkaido Snow Festival, my bad. So everybody gets to vote on it, it gets picked, and we get that for this year. they get a song, they get a design, they also get a collab. Just to name something off the top of my head, 2016 was with Muse from Love Live, 2012 was with Madoka Magica, 2019, I don't remember, but 2020 is also with Pokemon, which is, we'll get into that later with more Pokemon and Miku stuff. Oh, it's actually right here. So this is Pokemon with Project Voltage. So this past year, they were like, hey, we're gonna release some art and some songs for like a Pokemon Miku collab, which you can kind of see on right here. So basically they just had a bunch of Pokemon artists work on art for different types, and then they had a bunch of Vocaloid producers work on songs, not type-wise, but kind of just like with Pokemon theming. It's kind of the whole gist of it, honestly. Okay, this is Project Sakai, so what you talked about earlier. Basically just the rhythm game. It's by the people that made Bang Dream. It's kind of not my cup of tea, but it's basically just a rhythm game with idol-like stuff with Hatsune Miku.
I will give the Project Sakai people one credit. Project Sakai is the first rhythm game to introduce non-Vocaloid synths. So we had like, you know, Project Diva and Project Mirai that was released before, and we've had Gumi and Vocaloids. This game just started releasing Utaus, like Utau original songs. That blew my mind. They're so open to having new synths on here. They have Chevio on there, they have Synth V now, Solaria is on there now, and that new song by Iowa, you know, the one with the paintbrush running across the screen, that has like 8 vocal synths in it, all from different like engines. It's really, really cool that they're starting to like be more open to other vocals and vocal synths on these rhythm games. So I will give Project Sakai a lot of like credit for that. Okay, now we're going to talk about Utau. So Utau is basically the fandom's version of Vocaloid. So you can record your own voice bank at home and make your own character, and it can work in Utau. The most popular Utau is Kasane Tero, the drill with the drill hair. There's also Momo no Mome, which we're going to talk about in the next slide. It's a great program. It's still alive and well. It hasn't been updated since 2013, so kind of a joke in the fandom is it's been 10 years and we're still waiting on the update. However, the creator of Utau, who by the way just made this for free and on his own whim, like as a little project, like for funsies, which is crazy to me. He's been updating his Twitter recently and spoofing and teasing an update, so we could get Utau update for the first time in now 11 years.
Yeah, so this is Open Utau. It's a community-made, I guess, synthesizer for Utaus. You can take anything that's resampler-wise, you can take anything Utau compatible. It's kind of cool because it's more like Vocaloid than it is Utau. Because I don't know if you ever use Vocaloid, but you have like multiple tracks that can layer. Where in Utau, this one's mine. So my favorite Utau was Gahara Miji. So she was a collab between the Lifulu shop and her Whisperer Saku. She's discontinued now, but the Whisperer does have 2 new Utaus. I'm not sure what happened there. I think there was some like copyright drama between the voicer and the shop, and they're like, never mind, we're done. So, if you didn't know, her voice kind of inspired the development of Luca B4X, so however you feel about that, you can be mad or happy for her. And they also talked about how her growl, or her voice kind of inspired the growl feature of Vocaloid, so however you feel about that, you can also blame it on her. But yeah, she's kind of an older one. Like I said, she's discontinued now, but God, do I love her. I miss her.
Alright, now we're going to talk about Chevio. If you guys have heard of Kafu and that vocal synth, this is the engine that she's based off of. So Chevio is capable of both singing and speech. It's a standalone editor, meaning you can use it by itself. Interestingly enough, Zuko originally was a Vocaloid. She's now been ported into Chevio, so her updated voice bank is no longer on the Vocaloid program. And then her 2 sisters, Itako and Kiratan, were originally Utaus, and that are now also on Chevio, so kind of more of that Utau to like vocal synth pipeline. We see more of that in action here. And then we have the Isotope series. These are the most famous ones at the moment. They're really taking over the industry. Kafu on the left is the biggest one. She was based off of the singer Kaf. She sounds very similar to the singer. Sekai is the one next to her, and then Coco has come out as well. I don't think Rime and Hime are...
I know Hime might be out. Hime's out, I don't think Rime is, but...
Yeah, they're still kind of in the works right now a little bit, but Kafu, Sekai, and Coco are the big ones right now. Fun fact, Kaf originally did not want to record Kafu. Kaf is quoted as saying that she was scared Kafu would take away business from her because Kaf sings for a living, and because Kafu sounds exactly like Kaf, she was really, really worried that she would take away everything that she worked so hard on. Now she's grown more, they make covers together, it's fun because Kaf and Kaf, you can find videos on YouTube of them singing together and you can hear the differences, the little differences there are. So she's grown like warming up to it now. And then this is what Kafu sounds like. Oh, they're not really. Okay. Well, Phony is a big song. That's on Project Sekai actually now. So when I was talking about Chevio being on Project Sekai, this is a big song that's on there. And then that picture right there, Kaf is the one with the pink hair, and Kaf is the one with the white hair, because Kaf is like a character, like in a model. So that's a example, like that's the two of them, and how they're two different things.
So, Chevio has a couple collab voice banks. So first we have Kazuna AI, who's based off of Kazuna AI. Poppy Rose, if you ever played Bang Dream, this is, oh my god, Kasumi and Yukina. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically they were like, hey, do y'all want to record some voice banks for us? And they were like, sure, I guess so. So they had them record. Legally they can't call them those characters, they had to kind of rename them. And I will say, I believe on the New Year they did announce they're releasing more Bang Dream vocals, so if you like Bang Dream, big news for y'all. And me.
It says at the bottom that these were released yesterday. It's not true, that's old. Our panel kind of has this curse where whenever we have our panel, something gets dropped. Last time it was them being announced on Chevio. The last time it was Vocaloid 6. This time it's Magni AI. We'll talk about that last. But it's like a curse. Every time we do this panel, something happens and we have to add another slide.
Alright, so the synthesizer B, it was created by Dream Tonics, which is now the CEO of that now is Conroe Hua. Conroe was previously known in the Utau community for developing Warp Sampler, a combination resampler wave tool and our Arcadian English recording method. Warp Sampler also autos. A lot of people don't know that, but if you put it on itself, like it's a standalone autoer, it's actually pretty cool. But it released with Eleanor Forte, Gambu, Aiko, and Yamene Renri. We mentioned that earlier that she became a more commercial synth. She's still freeware, but she's also not accessible anymore on the current synth feed, unfortunately. So these are the Volar series. That's Eleanor, Gembu, Aiko, and Renri's new design. The only person that's got an update out of any of them is Eleanor. That's her newer design. We don't know how the other ones are fighting.
Okay, so Synth V, I don't know why, they kind of just started to, there's like this trend now for Synth V where they're like no longer making characters with their, VAs. I don't know why, but look at all these letters. These are all different voice picks, right? I want you to guess. I want you to guess which one of these little letters the fandom decided to make a character out of. It's the K, it's that green K you see. They made Kevin. I don't know why. Somebody, I have them on there. Ivy Lair created this design. The original one is him with that poorly drawn Amos Paint one with the Zelda shirt. She was like, Kevin sounds like he would wear a Zelda shirt and khakis, so I'm going to make a design. And this design literally stuck. Like when people talk about Kevin Synth V, if you Google him right now, this design will pop up more than the actual box art because this design has taken over everything with him. It's a little bit ridiculous, but these are some pictures of him. There is an official Kevin plushie that the designer made now. And Kevin's pretty cool. He's a really, really good voice bank. I have an example of Reckless Battery Birds by Ghost and Pals. song, and then you see that little picture of him, and it's just like, whatever. Like, okay, I'll talk about this a little bit. This is the Medium 5, Quad Dimension is what they're more known for. I know the names of 2 of them. Stardust is that one all the way in the corner, but also the one also in the other corner. They're both Stardust. They've like been doing crazy stuff with Stardust. She's a really, really good voice bank, but they cannot decide for the life of them on design for her. I feel like she's had 4 different design iterations.
So what happened, so on your left is Stardust, and on the right, or I guess on my left, is Minus. So there was like kind of like a contractual thing that kind of happened, where they're like, oh, the voice actor can't re-record for Synth so they had a different voice actor come in. That's what happened with Minus. And then they're like, just kidding, we can have the original one. Stardust came out, and now Minus, not pictured, has a new voice bank with the first voice actress. It's kind of a mess, I'm not sure. Oh, these are my girls. This is the Tokyo 6 Entertainment girls, Rika, Kadeen, and Chifuyu. Not much to say about them. They must have both singing voices, and they have talking voices on Chebu, I believe. Pretty good voice bank, solid. I can keep going? Okay. So this is the clip sounds, their first 2 voice banks, not Pedro de Ceros. It was awesome, it was great. Solaria was the first Western crowdfund voice bank that was successful. Originally named Solaris, was renamed to Solaria after the successful crowdfund. She raised over 42K. Production of voice banks, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. I think back in the Vocaloid days, it cost like a company 10K-ish to do a Vocaloid voice bank, so it's kind of gone up since then, the more powerful a synth is. She's voiced by Emma Rowley. And then on the right side we have Asterion, who's voiced by Eric Holloway. So if you've ever played Doom before, does like that deep, like singing, like choir voice, that's him. He got the record a voice bank, and this is now outdated, but he used to have the most vocal synths. The most vocal modes within the software was 9. I think there's like one with like 10 or 12 now. They just kind of keep going. This is Haruno Sora. She's 17-year-old, voiced by Kikuo Inoue. If you don't know her, her whole joke is that she's younger than she says she is. She says she's 17, she's more like 50. She was originally released for Vocaloid 5. We had mentioned her briefly with her 2 voice banks. And then she kind of went radio silent. And then I believe a couple months ago, AHS was having a live stream for like different Vocaloid stuff. And then they just dropped a random song of her singing. And everybody's like, well, that's not Vocaloid. What is that? It was Synth B. Hallelujah. And this is what she sounds like. I'm a mouse.
I hope that one bleep didn't just make this like a rated 13. Right. I don't know what she said there, I'm sorry. I don't know. Okay, we forgot to put a video in here, but we'll pull one up on YouTube for you guys. Teto Synthie. So, Kasane Teto, as I mentioned before, was an Utau originally, and the whole joke with Teto was she was created as a fake Vocaloid. So you're supposed to look at her original design and think that she was a Vocaloid. That was her whole gimmick. She was like, I want to be a Vocaloid. That was her whole thing for years. So you can imagine probably the whole internet's surprise when one day Synthie was like, oh, she's on Synthie now, and dropped the hardest demo I've ever seen in my life for Kasane Teto Synthie. She's huge now.
Same thing that happened with Haruno. Basically, they were having a live stream for her 10th anniversary, and they were like, not 10th, but it's like 15th, oh my god. And at the end, they're like, oh, here's like a special song for y'all. Oh, what do you do? They're like, here's a special song for y'all for like the anniversary, and it started singing, and it's like, well, that's not Utau, and that's not Vocaloid, what is that? It was Synthie. Crazy. Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is really bad on us, but I do want to show you guys how she sounds.
Oh wow.
so much for coming.
If you like Vocaloid and vocal synths, there is a Vocaloid synth trivia. What time is that?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock in what room?
Do you guys mind if I take a picture of the panel today? If you don't feel comfortable, you can go ahead and step out now. I just want a picture, if that's okay. Thank you guys. Oh, that's a selfie. Yay! Thank you guys. And then does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, we have like 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
Kind of early. Questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah, what was going on? I may have missed something.
Alright, are we all good now? Oh, hey!
I thought the Nyan Cat song was made by Shibion Records.
Danny P is the producer. Records may have been like his label at the time, but the actual producer is
It was
Danny P.
mastering. Shibayan does mastering for like everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was separate. Danny P does, by the way, still make music. He just like, if you've ever wondered what the Nyan Cat guy is doing these days, where's your mouse?
Yeah, that's...
He had the Nyan Cat video taken down.
Wow. Oh, that's right here.
I'll show you guys real quick. Like, he just made a song. It's really cute.
Yes.
This is the song he just released 3 weeks ago. And he's using Chevio voice bank for this actually. So yes, Danny P is still going strong. If you want to check out his YouTube, I'd really encourage it. He has all kinds of cute songs like Neon Cat, and he's still going, so. Alright, anything else?
Well.
Alright, thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you again.
Oh yeah, this was a really good turnout.
I know, I'm shocked. I know.
So last night like 10 people.
I did it in my time.
Yeah, we had a really nice time.
Oh my god, what a child.